There's a sentence that sounds incredibly passionate, but the second half of it changes everything.
I understand your limitations. I know you didn't mean to hurt me, but your behavior still hurts me.
And once you truly understand that, your entire relationship begins to become different. For a long time, I believed that if I understand someone deeply enough, I would be able to forgive them. I told myself, he isn't cold on purpose. He isn't trying to hurt me. He just doesn't know how to love. He had a difficult childhood. He's doing the best he can. So I kept waiting, I kept explaining, I kept giving him more time. And I convinced myself that understanding him meant I should continue staying. But eventually, I realized something painful. Understanding someone does not erase the damage they cause. One of the biggest mistakes many women make is that once they understand the person's wounds, they are responsible for helping them heal. You think, if I know he's not doing this intentionally, maybe I should be more patient. If I love him enough, maybe he will grow. If I stay long enough, maybe he will finally become the partner I need. But maturity teaches you something very different. Someone can be deeply wounded and still deeply harmful. And here is the hardest truth. Why do some people remain stuck in the same destructive patterns for years? Because in some way, those patterns still working for them. Their behavior may hurt you, but it protects them. It helps them to avoid responsibility, avoid vulnerability, avoid discomfort, avoid growth. And as long as the cause of that behavior is mostly caused by you, they have very little reason to change. The moment everything became clear for me was when I understood this. I can have compassion for your limitation without sacrificing myself to them. That is where true emotional freedom begins. Because understanding you is my wisdom, leaving you is my boundary. Some people are not cruel. They are simply not emotionally developed enough to sustain a healthy relationship. But their lack of capacity does not make your pain any less real. You can acknowledge their childhood wounds. You can recognize their fears. You can even believe that they loved you in the only way they knew how, and still saying this relationship is hurting me, and that's enough. For a long time, I thought forgiving someone means staying. Now I know that forgiveness and distance can be coexist. I can understand your story, I can feel compassion for what shapes you, and I can still choose not to carry consequences of what you refuse to change. Because my life's purpose is not to absorb the cost of another person's limitation. My real work is learn how to protect my own peace. So today, if you are holding on someone because you understand why they behave the way they do, ask yourself this. Does understanding them require abandoning yourself? If the answer is yes, then the most loving thing you can do is let go. Understanding someone does not erase the damage they cause. Compassion is not a contract to continue suffering. Understanding you is my wisdom, leaving you is my boundary. Your limitations are real, but they are not mine to carry. Love does not require self-abandonment. If you have ever stayed too long because you understood someone's pain, I want you to hear this. You are allowed to be compassionate, and you are allowed to live, becoming the woman you promised yourself you would be.